Welcome everyone to another episode of MSU Inside Out. I'm your co-host, Janie Wunderlich, and alongside next to me is the wonderful
Emily Norman.
There's been a lot of excitement in the studio today. Things have just been going really crazy. Emily, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we got going on?
Yeah, this might be our best episode. We have a lot of celebrities today.
Yeah.
So, it will be good.
Yeah,
we'll
I've been kind of...
see a lot of new things happening.
Been fangirling a little bit here.
I know, I'm a little nervous.
Before we get to news, we do want to give a shout out to Maya Smalls. It is her birthday today.
Woo-hoo.
Maya, what better way than to spend your birthday on air on Channel 19?
Getting Qdoba, one of our sponsors, actually, before the show, so that was amazing. But besides my birthday, let's get into what's going on campus. When you speak of the arts in the Magic City, this comes to mind. The Minot Symphony Orchestra will present their 96th season finale, The Titan will be performed Saturday night, beginning with a pre-concert talk from 6:30 to 7 and a concert at 7:30. It takes place in Anne Nicole Nelson Hall inside Old Main. Tickets start at $25 for adults with senior and student discounts. Tickets for the live stream are available at www.minotsymphony.com or through the box office at 701-858-4228. Minot State will host a student leadership summit on Saturday. Following breakfast, the event will kick off with a keynote, today's forecast 100% chance of fun. The rest of the day is comprised of a breakout workshops, individual and group strength assessments, and team building. The day is led by several university staff and students with sessions aimed at building leadership and insight. An MSU freshman is getting his start in the professional world. Braden Byers, an MSU Pro-Com student, has accepted an internship with a new collegiate summer baseball team in Laramie, Wyoming, called the Gem City Bison. Braden will be overseeing the live broadcasts of all of the games this season at the inaugural Voice of Bison. More details can be found at gemcitybison.com. Emily, I'm really excited for Braden. He's one of our own in the broadcasting department. I'm super excited that he gets all of these great opportunities just as a freshman.
I was going to say he's been putting in a lot of hard work, and so it's super cool to see him get recognized for that work that he's been putting in. So I'm super proud of him, super excited for him. And a household name across the Midwest and respected musician Kat Perkins joins me alongside rising star camp singer-songwriter Maddie Roberts. How are you guys doing today?
Hi, thanks for having me.
We're so excited to have you. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
So, Kat, how did you kind of get started in the music industry?
Oh my goodness. So I've been singing since I could talk, and I think Maddie can agree, she can connect with that. She has been too. When I was 15 years old, I started my first band, and that gave me the taste of wanting to write my own music and wanting to be in front of audiences and travel the world. And I started my first professional band in 2004. And have had a couple of record deals, and I've toured, and I've been writing music ever since. And so it's a really exciting journey. It's hard, but it's exciting.
Yeah, it's so cool that, when you started your band, you were 15, Maddie's 15. Super cool. Yeah. And Maddie, what sparked your interest in writing songs?
I guess it was just kind of like a way to vent in a way.
Okay.
So I just kind of started writing before I started doing anything else. And so that's just kind of how that happened.
So it's kind of therapeutic for you
yeah.
in a sense? Awesome. And Kat, you're the founder of the Rising Star Camp. What was your inspiration for starting something like this?
So I come from a long line of educators. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, my father, and my older sister, they all are music educators. So I was kind of the black sheep of the family, not going into the education part of it. But since it was part of my blood, I decided to start the Rising Star Foundation and running a kids camp every single summer, which is just my favorite thing in the world.
That's amazing. And Maddie, you've gone to the camp before, right?
Yeah, I've gone twice now.
Okay, so since you've attended the camp, what is that experience like?
It's really fun to be around people who are into the same thing as you. and just kind of people that you have things in common with is great.
Is it super competitive, or you kind of are helping each other out all the time?
Yeah, it's more of just like getting to know other people and then kind of like learning new styles. So yeah, I think it's like a really good experience to do.
Learn some things, get some inspiration
For
from
sure.
others. And Kat, what's your favorite part about being a mentor to all of these young students, people that go to your camp, just people that look up to you in general?
My favorite part is watching those students find each other and knowing that they have camaraderie and like-mindedness happening and not feeling so alone or different. A lot of creative people like us feel weird and different and not accepted and kind of outsiders. So I love watching that all connect and happen and just be the facilitator of that.
And then do you ever get to collaborate with students? How does that process work?
I have, during the week of camp, I have sung with them, and we always end our week with a big performance where we sing together. But I'm going to do my first very personal collaboration with Maddie, as we're going to be recording a song on my upcoming record.
That's amazing. Maddie, are you so excited
I'm
and so honored?
so excited.
Did you ever think that something like this would happen to you?
No, not at all. I was like and I remember the first year I went to the camp and I was like when she like talked to me, I was like, oh my gosh, like we're actually having a one-on-one conversation. Because I remember when I first saw her, she like came out and like introduced herself to everyone, and I was like, oh okay, like I get to see her now, and then like I'll like see her, but like so it's kind of weird to think that now like we like text.
Like it almost was, it felt like fake or surreal. You're like, wait, this is actually happening to me. And then, so what are your goals for in the future, the next couple of years? I know you're a freshman in high school, so still have a few years until you graduate. Do you have any specific plans?
Not really, to be honest. I always tell my mom I'm just gonna like wing it, so.
Fair enough. Kat, do you have any special plans for the future, the next couple of years?
I always do. I'm going to continue doing my kids camp. That's going to happen in July. The Rising Star camp is in Medora, North Dakota. Registration is now open, and it will run from July 19th to the 22nd. I'm also on tour with an artist named Kid Rock. I don't know if anybody knows that or him. I'm his background singer. And I'm working on this record, so I will be starting to drop singles in a couple weeks, and I'm going to try to drop a song per week or every other week all the way through the summer until that record is completely out. So I'm very excited. It's been a long time coming.
Sounds like you're doing a lot of awesome things, and I'm super excited for you. You have a lot of opportunities coming up. Maddie, I'm so excited for you. Thank you both for joining me today. Singer Kat Perkins and songwriter Maddie Roberts. Lots of exciting things happening to them. Now we'll hear from Juan. He's standing by with his teammate Nick about his 5K time record.
Hey guys, my name is Juan Gutierrez. I'm here with Nick Mariana, who is ranked 3rd in the Northern Zone Conference for the 5,000 meter of men's track and field. And Nick, I just want to ask you, how does it feel to finally break 15 and breaking that barrier that most people have yet to do?
Well, you know, it feels awesome. I've been working at it for almost 3 years now, so at some points I never thought that I was going to get there, and now I feel like I can set my eyes, you know, my sights on a bigger goal.
Okay. And I know you're the second fastest guy in the 15 for Minot State in the school record book. Is there anything that you've done differently in the past few months or weeks that, you know, helped you achieve this goal?
I've just been, you know, staying dedicated to what, you know, coaches told us, and also, you know, taking care of my body, you know, trying to do the little things, and just, you know, sticking to goals for myself, not really worrying about what other people are doing, and just, you know, staying true to what I want for me.
Wow, well, thank you again. I want to wish you luck on the rest of your season, and, you know, roll beeves.
Roll beeves.
Thanks for that, Juan. After Underwriters, we'll hear more of what the weather is going to be like. Hopefully it'll be warmer, and then we'll hear from Tyler with a former SAC president.
Thank you to all of our underwriters. Trinity Health is a comprehensive healthcare system based in Minot, North Dakota.
Fiance, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's Music Mix.
SRT, offering a number of services including phone, TV, internet, and security.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's Classic Hits.
KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's Rock Station.
East End, where the poor is worth so much more, located in downtown Minot.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
Nice Impressions, no job is too big or too small, located in downtown Minot.
MSU Beavers Hockey. Online info at msubeavers.com.
Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican food on North Broadway near the airport.
MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment.
Red and Green, MSU's student-run newspaper.
MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs.
Minot Nutrition Addiction, offering healthy smoothies and meal replacements on the go.
H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs.
Bear's Cat Donuts, located on Broadway across from Minot State campus.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. The weather is finally getting warmer permanently, we hope. Hannah, would you please tell us summer is right around the corner?
Yeah, well, today started out really beautiful. The sun was shining, birds were chirping, snow was melting, like three of my favorite things. But it did kind of get a little bit rainy, which is unfortunate. However, looking at the current temperatures, it is 45 degrees outside. The high is 48 today, which is really good to see. The low is 32, so even that, it's really nice to see that it's up from the teens. And even though it was a little bit rainy today, I don't know if you knew this, but somebody's birthday in the studio today. It's Maya. So even though it's like sunny or rainy outside, Maya sometimes brings a little bit of sunshine to the studio, even when it's not her birthday. But looking ahead at the 7-day forecast, we do have a little bit of rain here. So it's gonna be a little bit of a wet weekend, but hopefully it's not gonna turn into snow, and if it does, it should be easily melted and go away pretty soon. And then looking at the rest of the week, it does look like it's gonna be warmer, getting up close to the 60s by the end of the week, and hopefully it'll, like you said, Janie, hopefully it'll stay, it'll be permanent this time. Looking at the current temperatures for the state, on the eastern side, we have Grand Forks at 48, Fargo at 54, Williston also at 54, Dickinson is taking the record for the day with 59 degrees, Minot again is at 45, and Bismarck is at 58. So for our place of the week, we have Lopez Island, Washington. It looks very beautiful there, even though right now currently it is rainy. The high is still 52, or the high is 53, it's currently 52, and the low is 43. So overall, it looks like a pretty nice place to visit if you have some summer plans. Janie, Emily, do you have anything looking ahead to the next couple weeks while it gets kind of nicer out?
You know, it's getting a lot harder to stay focused on school, especially with the weather warming up. It was kind of nice a little bit in a way that we got snow for just that 1 week period of the blizzard because it made me sit down and actually get my schoolwork done. But now that the weather is getting nicer, it's becoming a lot more difficult.
Yeah, and graduation's approaching,
Yep.
and so we're really in the home stretch. I know I'm ready to be done.
Yes.
But I'm excited for summer. And Tyler, what do you have for us?
Thank you very much. The Student Athlete Advisory Committee recently held a mental health panel for student athletes. And joining me today is our very own Cody Dwyer. Cody?
How's it going?
So what was the conversation like?
The night started off where I kind of got to tell my story about my mental health battle coming from being a child, where I came from, and then going into being at Minot State and the tools that really helped me get past my battle that obviously I'm still battling every single day. And then we got into, Zoya told her story, and then we got into a panel where it was me, Zoya, handful of coaches, people on campus that can provide tools for people who, if they're having troubles with their mental health, they can get better.
What kind of message do you hope to get across?
My main point was communication is key. It was pretty interesting because it's a lot of student athletes in the building because it was put on by SAC. So we communicate a lot every single day. We communicate scout, we communicate our game plans. But then when it comes to our mental health, we don't do that. And it's important that we change the stigma to where it's okay to communicate stuff like that.
Now, did you get approached to do this, or did you volunteer? Or?
So I'm a part of the Diversity and Inclusion Council, and they had mentioned it that we were doing it, and they wanted another student athlete to do it. And they just kind of put out an open thing, see if anybody would do it, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So I took the opportunity myself.
How would you rate the experience?
I thought it was fantastic, really. I felt it was pretty productive. People asked some questions. Phil and Troy had some really good questions for all the panelists to really get the conversation going, get people thinking. At the end, like I said, there was some questions from the people in the crowd, so I thought it was really productive, and I hope that we keep doing it.
Have you ever done something like this before?
I mean, I've shared my mental health battle with my teammates, but nothing in such a big environment like that. But it was pretty fun, I felt.
Did you learn anything new?
I learned a few tools that you can use on campus that I hadn't known about it before. Dr. Mattern was one of the panelists, and she was really helpful telling some stuff about eating disorder things that I didn't know we had access to. So,
thank you very much for your time. That was Cody Dwyer. Now back to Janie with an exciting interview.
Thank you, Tyler. Each year, Minot State Life puts on over 100 different events throughout campus that students can do outside of their academics. And joining us today, Jada Clark is one of the 2 newly hired MSU Life coordinators. Jada, thank you for being here today.
No, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yes. Now, you are very well known on campus. People love you. You are such a friendly face to people. And now you get to take that personality and those characteristics and implement it into the coordinator position. So would you start by telling us what exactly an MSU Life coordinator does on campus?
Yes, no problem. So honestly, at first, I didn't really know. So it had to be explained to me by my advisors, the people who oversee it. And what it is basically kind of like someone to influence other students to really get out there, participate in MSU events, activities, go to the sports games, things like that. So really be a friendly face to the student life here.
Yeah, which you are. I'm so glad that you got it. What is the reason that you started to pursue the position in the first place?
Well, how I got the job was last year, my freshman year, I was helping another club at the club fair, and I was, loud as like I always am, and the advisor asked me, oh, are you in MSU Life, the club? I was like, no, ma'am, I'm not. So I joined last year, and this year I saw the position open. I thought to myself, well, I do this on a daily basis. Yeah. I love to be loud. I love to attend the events. I love to get people going. So, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. No, you're going to do so well at that. I've talked to Erin a little bit, and she's so excited that you got the position and you're going to take it on. So looking to next year, what are you looking to implement to get students to come to more of these activities?
Well, like many others, I do have opinions based on, everything I do. And what we want to do next year is really bring something new and something exciting and something different to the MSU campus. Mm-hmm. So we're planning something special for our MSU students, and we're really excited about that.
Awesome. So also, I've heard there's rumors that you guys might have a TikTok next year, like an efficient, consistent TikTok. Is that something that you guys are planning to implement?
Well, I would like to address the rumor. The rumor is true. Actually, we started a couple weeks ago, and I just posted a TikTok an hour ago. So everyone is welcome to go follow MSU Life on TikTok. We're up and running, and we're very ready.
That's awesome. So also Carson is going to come alongside you. What is it about Carson that you're really excited to?
Well, I met Carson in another club. I'm a part of so many clubs. And he was just so friendly, so smiley, happy. You kind of see people's personalities when they have a positive attitude, really brighten up the room. And yeah, me and Carson work really well together. So I'm excited for next year.
Yes, it's going to be a really fun year. I'm looking forward to it too. Once again, that is Jada Clark, one of the MSU Life Coordinators for the 2022-23 school year. In our last segment coming up, we have stories on an NFL draft prospect, sports, and to close us out, a live performance right from here in the studio.
Welcome back from Underwriters. Some of you might remember Sebastian Gutierrez from last semester when he was on our show, and Jordan is standing by with the NFL prospect.
Thanks, Emily. Yeah, like Emily said, I'm here. Standing next to me is former Minot State offensive lineman and current NFL draft prospect Sebastian Gutierrez. Sebastian, thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
And so the past couple months have been pretty crazy for you. Talk me through the process from the end of the season to where we're at right now.
So right after season ended, I went home to see my family for a little bit, just a couple weeks, just to, see them for a little bit. And then after that, I went up to Minneapolis to train for about 10, 12 weeks before my pro day. And then after the pro day, I started getting interest from a lot of teams just because I put up some good numbers there. I tested really well in all categories, and then came back here to Minot and been training ever since, and just taking the phone calls from the teams, and just the process has been continuing.
And I'm sure you're well aware of this, but you'd be the first draft or first Minot State draft since 1977, I believe it was. Tell me what that means to you, being able to come from a smaller, not only conference, but a school.
Yeah, it just means a whole lot. I mean, I just want to represent Minot and then as well my hometown back in Pasco, Washington. So it'd just be everything.
And what would it mean to you hearing your name called, whatever round it may be? I'm sure that's a huge relief and a huge dream come true for you.
Yeah, it would be amazing. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed about that moment. I mean, a lot of kids have the dream, but I can say that I'm going to live it here pretty soon.
And being a former tight end, making that transition to offensive line, I'm sure, again, the hard work paid off, but how hard of a transition was that for you?
I mean, it was tough at first, but, with time, it kind of came to be more natural to me, and, it worked out pretty well, obviously.
Oh, definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Sebastian. Once again, Sebastian Gutierrez, make sure to be on the lookout for his name. And Emily, Janie, this is pretty cool news here in Minot, huh?
Yes, absolutely. I was just telling Emily, I've been fangirling this whole time throughout the episode. There's just so many big names
cool
here today and cool people.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun. Softball has been playing games. They have not been at home due to some weather issues. So Cole, would you please tell us how the rest of the spring semester looks like for softball and baseball?
Yes, before we get to that real quickly, I just want to give a quick shout out to my mom. She is celebrating a birthday today, just like Maya as well. So happy birthday, Mom. But yeah, like you were saying for Minot State, talk about playing at home away from home. With recent snow, the Minot State softball schedule has seen multiple home games switch to road games. Last weekend was hapless in 4 games played. The Beavers opened the weekend falling to Upper Iowa. They scored 4 runs combined on offense but gave up 14 defensively. The doubleheader versus Winona State saw improvement but got a similar results as Minot State dropped 2 tough battles. The losing streak ended with the Beavers grinding out a 2-1 game. Overall, they split the day with Moorhead earlier this week. The team moves to Senior Day on Sunday against Concordia St. Paul. Following that will be Mankato coming to town Monday to round out the home portion of the season. The ND collegiate rivals return to the Diamond. For Minot State baseball, they got the most of UMary in a recent 3-game series. The Beavers racked up 4-0 and 12-1 wins behind strong pitching from Ricky Apodaca and Dominic Parkhurst. Game 3 was a barn burner. The Marauders outpaced MSU 13-9 to steal the last match in the series. They return to Minnesota this weekend to take on the Duluth Bulldogs. Spring football is upon us. The Minot State Beavers football team will be taking part in the annual Red and White Spring Game. Things will be a little different this year because of the snow. With help from Minot High, the Beavers will be playing at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. The recruiting period for the most part has wrapped up. Coach Aldrich and staff are now excited for the spring season. He explains the work that comes next for the team.
And so this spring it's going to be much more development for our young guys, but also, and more importantly, we had 24 season-ending injuries this fall. So of those 24 is getting those guys back and getting them playing football again and getting them prepared for the fall. And that's probably what we're more excited about.
Will kick off their annual spring game this Saturday at 9 a.m. Call it a season for Minot State women's golf. Shortly after the men's team got done, the Beavers competed in the NSIC championships. They finished 9th as a team. On the individual rankings, Taylor Cormier was 22nd and led MSU, shooting a .255. Seniors Anya Ross and Caitlin Criswell finished their golf careers. Ross gets 30th, shooting a .262. Criswell ties for 51st as she shoots for .287. All the best goes out to those 2 senior golfers as they move on in the next chapters of their life. Well, Janie and Emily, a great interview we just heard from Sebastian. Really exciting. Could see his name get picked in the NFL draft. How exciting is it?
It's really exciting. It's been really cool to hear his story, especially to come from Minot. It's like we have a local celebrity here now.
I know. I'm literally starstruck right now, actually.
Well, we've covered a lot today, from a potential NFL draft, from Kat Perkins making a special appearance.
Yes, and then we're going to close out our show. Maddie Roberts is going to be playing her very own song, Stereotypical, and we will see you guys next week for our final show of the semester.
Say I'm wrong, won't say you're right, 'cause that's just the philosophy. Oh. You drag me down, you mess me up with your constantly flipping the script from Matt to fine, from hers to mine. I just can't keep taking the hits. Stop wasting my time.